Hello everyone, welcome to the Road to Barcelona Ironman 2023. My name's Jonathan and I'm charting my training progress between now, which is December 2022, and the Barcelona Ironman race on the 1st of October 2023. This is week 5 of the training plan, so we started right at the start of November. So we're into the 5th week, which is the first week of the second 4-week cycle. So this week has been a build week. So let's go through what we've done this week and what's been going on. What you just saw in the video was me completing the last 30-second all-out sprint rep at the very end of my long ride this week. So the long ride I've done indoors, as you can see. It's 2.5 hours this week, so it's built up over the last 5 weeks to 2.5 hours. We'll keep building that a little bit over the winter as we go through. And pretty much all of my long rides, as I mentioned in previous videos, have been in that zone 2 area, somewhere between sort of 60 and 75% of FTP. Today I've been doing a 10-minute warm-up and then 2 hours at 178 watts, which is about 65% of FTP, and then 3 30-second all-out sprints in the last 20 minutes, and now I'm onto the cool down with 3 minutes to go. So that's the long bike this week. Because it's a builder week, back into the same schedule that I've been going through in the first sort of 3 or 4 weeks. Had a little bit of a challenging week at work, some busy stuff going on. My wife also started a new job, so the usual weekly schedule was slightly hectic, which meant unfortunately I missed my easy bike, which is 50 minutes on Wednesday. So yeah, that's unfortunate. I don't like missing workouts, but sometimes you have to put other things in your life first and move on from that. And a word of advice on that: if you're missing one-off workouts here and there every so often, then just move on from it. No need to try and fit it in somewhere else in the week and try and squeeze your training and risk doing too many sessions in a couple of days. Just move on from it. It's one that you have to prioritize another thing in your life. Just move on and keep going with the program. The key really with Ironman training is not to make it a habit of that, so those should be few and far between if you can help it, and just get that consistency going. So what's been going on this week? So a couple of things different in the program this week. First one is, as we're in the second 4-week period, started now to introduce in one of the 3 bike sessions some intervals, so some really gentle intervals, some zone 3 stuff, and some very short zone 4, zone 5, 15-second efforts with 30 seconds in the middle. I'll put the workout structure up on the screen. So really just to start getting into more of a structured area of training on the bike, to really start to, you know, get the different energy systems working, and trying to keep things going in terms of that top end as well as we go forward. Those interval sessions will gradually ramp up over the course of the winter as we come into spring, and we'll have some fun with those, as you can imagine, going through. But at the moment we're just starting to build them up very, very slowly as we go through. Aside from that, it's been pretty easy in terms of the effort. The rest of the week, 3 runs. What I reintroduced this week was a run off the bike. So off that hard interval session, I did just a very, very short 10-minute brick run. So that just starts to get the legs used to running directly after the bike, which of course you've got to do in a triathlon. And it's great to put those in right throughout the year. Don't leave those till the last 3 or 4 weeks. Make sure you're doing those on a regular basis, at least, you know, a couple of times every 4-week cycle, or if possible once a week, just to keep that muscle memory going, so that you get off the bike on race day and you know exactly what it's going to feel like when you've got to run. So that's the other thing that we've added into the program this week. Other thing that's gone on from a personal perspective is I've been really struggling over the last few weeks with, in fact the last few months, with some tendonitis in my Achilles. It's a problem that I've had before in the past, but it's started to get a little worse. So I've been in to see the physio this week, and got some scanning done on it, and also picked up some exercises to do. So I'm going to be doing lots of single leg rises on a step over the next 4 to 6 weeks. It's nothing that's going to stop me from training. I can continue to train as normal. Particularly on the run, it needs to be maintaining sort of a steady aerobic pace, no sprint efforts, no hill running at the moment until we build up. And the objective really to fix the problem is to build some additional strength around the calves to support the foot and the Achilles as we go through. So that's what I'm going to be doing. Maybe one of the weeks on the video I'll do a demo of the exercises I've been given, but basically we're going to be strengthening up the calf. So that's the other thing that's going on. As I say, no impact on the training, other than just being aware of what's going on and making sure that I'm not pushing things too far to turn that what currently is a fairly mild problem into an injury problem that stops me from training. So we'll just back off any pace, not that we've been doing any so far, and just make sure that we keep the consistency going and get those physio exercises done twice a day as we go forward. Aside from that, the other thing that's been on my mind this week is about developing consistency in your program, showing up to every workout, but also making sure that when you're in the workouts and they get difficult, particularly where we start doing intervals, that actually you make a commitment to get right to the end of the workout. Sometimes it's easy to get bored and think, oh, you know what, it's a bit difficult, I'm a bit bored, I'm not going to do that last rep, it's all right, I've done nearly an hour anyway, so I've pretty much done what I was supposed to do. But really, from my perspective, that's a mindset that we need to develop in terms of getting everything complete. So if you've got 10 reps to do on a set, make sure you do the 10th one all the way up to the end. It's a level of mindset that will help you when you stand on that start line on race day, where you know, thinking back over the last 6, 9, 12 months of your training, that you've done everything possible to get you in the best shape possible to be on that start line. So make a commitment this week if you're doing some tough sessions, or even some of the long boring sessions. You know, I could have finished today at just after 2 hours instead of doing the last 20 minutes. It still would have been a pretty good ride, but the program said 2.5 hours, so 2.5 hours is what I did, including those last 3 really quite tough intervals as well. So make a commitment this week. If you've got a session written, do the session full out. Make sure you do every single rep, get right to the end, don't cut it short even by a couple of minutes. It's that consistent mindset, getting right to the end, that you need to develop going forward, and that will get you to race day feeling really good. Just a warning on that one, don't confuse that with if you are feeling injured, ill, not well. Those are genuine reasons to cut a session short or take an easy route around a session and finish early. But don't quit just because you get bored or because it feels a little bit difficult. That's a mindset that's not going to get you to the end of the race. So that would be my mindset issue for this week that I've been thinking about. Other than that, one day left in the week. So Sunday tomorrow I've got a swim in the morning, and we've got a gymnastics competition to take my daughter to, and then it'll be final session of the week will be a run towards the end of the day once we're back. So really enjoyed another build week this week. Not worrying too much about one single missed session. I'm going to make that a one-off for this cycle, try and get everything else done, and look forward to speaking to you next week. Thanks a lot.